Okay, let me get started now. Let's get started.
Welcome to the Taking Charge of My Healthcare Toolkit. This toolkit was created for people like you. It provides you with the knowledge and skills you need to advocate for the best care that you deserve. Remember, you are your own best advocate and you deserve the best care available.
Hi, my name is Eric. I am taking charge of my healthcare by learning more about my health and making sure I understand my healthcare rights.
The Taking Charge of My Healthcare Toolkit has important information, resources, and tips on how to work with your doctor, take your medication, prepare for a surgery, stay healthy, and more. In addition to viewing the videos, you can also view and print the modules that are available online. You may want to take some notes. Throughout the toolkit, you will hear how important it is to be your own best advocate. Self-advocacy means knowing your rights so you have information to make decisions and get the things you need. Self-advocacy helps you achieve your goals and be as independent as possible. Places where you can be a self-advocate include hospitals, the doctor's office, medical facilities. It's sometimes difficult to remember to be your own advocate, but it is important. Some examples of when you should be a self-advocate include when you want someone to listen to you, when you want to share your story, when you want to make a change in your life, when decisions about your life are being made, when choosing a support person. If you're wondering why you should be a self-advocate, it's so you can educate yourself and others of your wants, needs, and rights, vote and help change policies and laws, be involved in your community, make choices about your finances, transportation, housing, employment, and education. Remember, you should always be your own advocate, no matter where you are. There are certain rules your providers must follow to keep your information private and provide you with the best care they can give you. As a patient, you also need to follow certain rules and follow the instructions from your healthcare providers. Understanding the instructions and rules will help you be your own best advocate and make the best choices for your health. Who can be a self-advocate?
I can. You can. We all can.
Me.
I'm working as an advocate and I'm fitting in with the rest of my peers in the community.
One day we won't have parents to take us to the doctors or do things for us. We have to stand up for our rights so we know we live in the community.
I benefit the most when I stand up for myself because only I know my body the best.
I feel strong when I stand up for myself.
I benefit the most when I stand up for myself.
When you stand up for yourself, you stand up for everybody.
I feel like everyone has the right to stand up for themselves because if we're not our own advocates, who's going to advocate for us?
You need to fight for your independence. You are your own person, and you need to do everything in your power to do it.
I feel proud. When I stand up for myself, it will give me the opportunity to be part of everything that is going on around me.
I took the time to understand what it means to be a self-advocate. I know that it is important to speak up and ask questions about anything that affects my life and my health. Always be your own best advocate. You deserve the best care available.
Wesley, you're on mute.
So what do you think about the video? So this was created by Oregon Self-Advocacy Coalition. In order to be a good healthcare advocate, you need to be a good self-advocate. This is why we talk about self-advocacy. There are many different ways to be a self-advocate. Some examples include being a self-advocate in support of people with disabilities. Being a self-advocate means speaking up for yourself to other people to make sure your rights are recognized and respected. Being a self-advocate means knowing your rights. You can have information to make decisions and get things you need. I'll give you an example of self-advocacy. So last weekend, I got a massage at the mall, and there was one guy that wanted me to get a massage for 30 minutes. I just wanted for 20 minutes. The massage for 30 minutes, it would cost me more money. So I told him I want 20 minutes. And I was firm about the decision because it's trying to make me change my decision. So as a self-advocate, you have to speak up for yourself. Sometimes people want things for you. You got to tell a person that I want things yourself. That's part of being a self-advocate. Being a self-advocate means know your rights so you have information to make decisions and get things you need. Being a self-advocate help you improve your way of life. Being a self-advocate means you stand up and protect your civil and human rights. So we all have civil and human rights. Julie, can you hear us? Give it a thumbs up if you hear me.
Yes, wonderful, great job.
Thank you. Being a self-advocate help you achieve goals so you can live independently. So as a goal of the self-advocate, we want to make our own decisions, have our own lives, our own decisions, and things we like and don't like. Being a self-advocate is important to everyone, but especially for people with disabilities who had to fight for their rights throughout history. Being a self-advocate means have the ability to choose your own support person. So what do you do to advocate for yourself? It's important to be a good self-advocate so you can be a good advocate for healthcare. Who could be a self-advocate? Everyone. There are no rules about who could be a self-advocate. When to where to be a self-advocate. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to put PowerPoint on. Okay. I'm going to put it on. Okay, slideshow. Next. It's important to advocate for your rights because you have the right to what? Go to school where you want to go to. Know where your political representatives are and vote the way you want to. Live where you want to live. Use the transportation that's best for you. Live life who you want to spend time with. So you can spend time with your friend, your family, your significant other, or whoever. Spend money on what you want to buy. Work where you want to work. Be treated how you want to be treated. So you be treated the way you want to be treated. Any questions? Anyone have any questions? Okay.
So good.
Okay.
I got a question.
What's the question?
You say right things. You did a good job.
Yeah, thank you. Where and when to be a self-advocate. Education, go to school your choice. Receive the same education as everyone else. So you guys know what civil rights are? Do anyone know what civil rights are?
The civil right is your choice how you go to church.
Exactly. So civil rights are all rights we have, people with disabilities and without disabilities. This includes communicating with your political representatives. Voting is part of your civil rights. Being involved in your community. Stand up for your rights. Recognize that you got the right for what you want, and no one should tell you what you should want or should not want. Ask questions. If you're confused, you can ask the people that are talking to you or your support staff questions. help change policy and laws. Sometimes you need to change the laws because sometimes the laws are not that good, so you can change policy and laws. Run for office or support an ally who's running for office. So as a right for person with disability, you can run for office. Also, you can support an ally that's running for office. So any questions about civil rights? Now we're gonna go to housing. Live where you wanna live. So you can live in different communities. You can live in a house. It all depends how much money you have, where you live at. Live who you want to live with. So you can live with your family, you can live with your friends, you can live with a significant other, you can live with a roommate. It's up to you. Any question on housing?
I got one.
Yes.
I got my own place in New York.
Nice. Nice. New York. That's nice.
I'm in Dimension from there.
Nice. Okay, we're gonna move on to transportation. Find the transportation that works best for you. So for transportation, there's Lyft, there's Uber, there's the bus, there's a subway, there's a train, there's your own car, there's a bicycle, there's a skateboard for some, you can walk, and there's other transportation as well. You guys know that?
I know that.
Yeah. And next, have the items you need, such as a bus pass, money, app on phone. Like if you take Lyft or Uber, you can have an app on your phone, or identification. So any questions on transportation? Okay, next. Okay, go ahead.
In the bus, and it get ID with the bus. Then with the money, you can go to the chapter meeting.
Exactly. Okay, next is social community activities. You guys know what social and community activities are? Those are things that you do with other people. You can do it with your friends, you can do it with your family, you can do it with your significant other, you can do it with your coworkers.
I cleaned the house. I helped my mom clean the house.
Yes.
I had to work from my chapter, paper first chapter. I tried your arm.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. They want to want me again.
That's good.
And they made the speech.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Do activities with your friends, family, and people important to you. So those are social and community activities. Like, for example, on Sunday, they had one of the service providers who was giving out free food to people in the community. So they had a carnival, they had horses, they had a concert for people, and that's social activities. You do that with your city and community. You guys know that? Since there's so many communities in the United States, I can't name them all because I'll take too long, but go in the area you're at. So any questions about social and community activities?
I got one. I do volunteer, helping people.
Yeah.
When they're wheelchair need help, I do it. When they get baker, I used to live and get. I help get baker. I help the wheelchair people too, and the kids.
Yes. Okay. Next, technology. Do you know what technology is? Okay. Yeah, technology is like this. A cell phone's technology. Assisted technology is technology that you use if you use certain machines. It could be a phone, it could be all type of technology. Learn how to use equipment, programs, or products you need. That's part of technology. Know if you need them from home, work, or the community. So you guys know how to use the technology? Know how to use a cell phone?
I do. I was a cell phone with my college. One. American River College. I got in college.
Yes.
I got in college.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Let's see.
Yeah,
I can't put this up here. This is technology right here. This is an iPad, and that's technology.
I got two half-ass.
Yes.
A businessman.
Yes.
Me, my cell phone.
Nice technology. Any questions on technology?
You did a good job, buddy.
Thank you. Next, we're talking. Okay, go ahead. Okay, next, employment. Do you know what employment is?
Employment is in the hospital. You have to check the honors, your young doctors. And I got gout issues at that time. And my doctor, Dr. Jernick in Sanford, that's my doctor, Dr. Jernick. He helped my gout issues.
Wow.
I got two vitamins, my two thyroid. I was getting tired a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I want my kidney vitamin. Let me okay.
Yes, that's true.
Then my dad passed away.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's in heaven. So we're talking about employment. Employment is something you do for work. And there's so many different type of jobs. I can't name them all. There's millions and millions type of jobs. So you got the right to explore and find a job you want. Advocate for the accommodation you need at work. Do you guys know what accommodations are? Accommodations will be something to make things easy. For example, using an iPad would be like this would be a combination. So any questions about employment?
The employment is I used to work in Tommy Wars.
Yes.
I used to work there. I'm going my standard. Yeah, I got the phone. Help.
Exactly.
Yep. I do a volunteer there. Next week, I'm getting my own job stepping. And my job be take care of my family and my nephew, my nieces, and my love.
Yes. Okay, next, healthcare. Make your own health and healthcare decisions. Find a doctor you like that meets your healthcare needs. For example, you could have this happened to my best friend. My best friend had cancer and he decided to do radiation, and radiation didn't work. So he did chemo. So chemo didn't work. He had to prove clinical trials. And unfortunately, the cancer was spread throughout the body. So when the cancer spread throughout the body, it destroys your healthy cells. And as a result, my friend passed away about a couple of months ago. So you have a right to your health care decision. Sometimes your health can be treated. Sometimes it might be, unfortunately, sometimes you pass away. So it's good to go to a doctor early because they can treat something early rather than later. So you know that?
And my best friend Troy, he had cancer too.
Yes.
Heart cancer with he had a liver and kidney stone and one too much meat.
Yes.
And beer drinking. His name is Troy Mark Avenue. He's an old friend of mine, 30 years. We just really kiss. All time friend.
Yes.
Really together. We went to Boston together all times.
That's
He's
true.
out there. He's like my brother.
Yes. Okay. You may find that the choices of doctors are limited, and the doctors may not know enough about your specific disability or chronic condition. A thing to consider is the distance where you receive services. Transportation may not be accessible or affordable. So make sure you can get on your transportation to go to your doctor or the hospital. You know that? Because you don't want to have an appointment and you can't get there. You have to make sure you can get there. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time to get to a doctor. See the doctor to see if you need to pay for parking nearby. So sometimes you go to a doctor, you might have to pay for parking. So make sure you know you have to pay for parking before you go. Make sure you know how to get to your doctor by bus, car, paratransit, train, etc. Be sure to call the provider ahead of time to make sure their office is accessible to you. So you call your doctor to make sure you can get into an office. Is that important?
Yes, it's important.
That's very important. You do not want to travel all that way to realize that their office is physically inaccessible to you. Today, we're going to talk about being a self-advocate in healthcare. So, do everybody live in California?
I am.
Okay.
I'm a Thomas.
Okay. So, yes,
People.
in California, we have our own healthcare system called Medi-Cal. And Medi-Cal is services people can receive. These benefits include outpatient ambulatory services. You know what outpatient means? Okay, I'll explain it. So for example, you had to go to the hospital and they're going to do something. So you go in, that means go into the hospital, then out. They take it out after you've done the procedure. Rather than stay in the hospital, you go out. Do you understand what outpatient means now?
Yes. Every time I got jerked in my jaw.
Yes.
Because I get fatigue. And when the main right here, is this big.
Yes.
And then take it out. I get fatigue now.
Yes.
That's painful.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow. Next are emergency services.
See? Fake.
Yes.
Oops, sorry.
You know the difference between regular services and emergency services?
The emergency means people get hurt, heart attack, and go to ambulance.
Yes.
You know?
You're right, Sandra. Did I say name right, Sandra?
Satnam.
Satnam. So
SATNAM. Sing. Satnam Singh. I Hindi.
So if we have an emergency, that means you broke your arm, you had a heart attack, and something you had to be seen right away. And that's emergency services. Next, hospitalization. You know what hospitalization means?
That's a tough one.
Okay. So I talk about outpatient. Outpatient is when you go to the hospital and they discharge you. Hospitalization is when they keep you in the hospital. Let's say I broke my leg and I might have to stay there for a week for my leg to get better. That's hospitalization.
That's right. In surgery.
Exactly.
I did it here.
Yes.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Do you have slides that have these definitions on it? Right now, we're looking at a slide that says when and where to be a self-advocate. I don't know if you have slides with the definitions.
No, I don't.
Okay, gotcha.
The reason why I don't have that for is because it has Oregon information, and then when I confuse everybody, so I use California information.
Gotcha. Okay, no problem.
Okay, next is maternity and newborn care. So do you know anyone that had a baby or going to have a baby?
My sister did.
Yes.
My brother Travis. And my sister's name is Jessie Singh. He had 3 kids. No, 2 kids. Leah, and Leah. And my big sister had 1 kid, Maya.
Yes.
And me, Uncle of the Year, right here. I am the uncle. I like to play with the kids.
Yes.
And Instead, my nephew yesterday, he gave me a fist bump.
Yes.
Give me a free eye.
That's
Look
true.
about that kid.
Imani?
I just think that being an aunt or uncle is the best because you can give the kids back to their parents.
Yeah. 2017, best uncle of the year.
Yes,
Right
best uncle of the
I got
year.
it. I got it, the award.
That's awesome.
I ran my own. I do Special Olympics a long time. In 20 years, I do Special Olympics. 5 gold medals.
Oh, wow.
I also was to high school and WCW.
Nice.
See?
Wow. Okay, next is mental health. You know what mental health means?
Me, respect your body.
Okay.
Every day.
Yes. Okay, so mental health means someone might have depression, it might be bipolar, it might have schizophrenia, it might have anxiety disorders, it might have post-traumatic stress disorder. That's what mental health is.
And my gout too.
Yes.
And for my kidney, my thyroid, I was getting tired every time. No, I'm not tired anymore. Because I got used with my gout again. Because I dressed it out.
That's good.
Every time my mom's in India right now. My mom.
Yes.
And look at my family in India.
I see.
Yeah, my uncle met Anders. My uncle not there anymore. It's up there.
Yes. And okay. And substance use disorder services. You know what substance abuse is?
The boys.
Okay, substance abuse is like, for example, someone drinks alcohol or someone take drugs and have a disorder and they try to get help so they can stop drinking or taking drugs. That's what that is.
My cousin did.
Yeah.
He got smacked in the face. Then you smoking a lot. That's what happened to my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, this big bottle, this big. You empty it up.
Yeah.
Smoking pot. Is it one thing? Eating the treat. When they cut that, the thorn, the rock, you have this, make it a cooking drink.
Nice.
Then it's up to know that his fault. Don't do it. You want to listen to me.
That's good. And
I'm
next,
family.
yeah. And
Go ahead.
next, prescription drugs. You know what prescription drugs are?
Yes, it's not good for the body. It's not good. It's not good for the kidney, and your heart, and lungs, and your mind.
So prescription drugs are prescribed by your doctor. You take it to treat something or to get better. Like, for example, for COVID-19, they have antivirals that you take, and that's prescription drugs. You know that?
Yeah, that's right, buddy. What's your name?
Wesley.
Wesley. That's not name. It's like an indie name.
I know you're in that chat on Friday. What's the name of? You're in that chat on Friday.
I know this.
Tash. You're Tash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is in India.
Yeah.
I'm born in here, Sacramento, California. It's a Davis Hospital. Me and my sister's same thing.
I'm going there next week. I'll be there Wednesday, Thursday next week.
In India?
No, Sacramento. I'll be in Sacramento.
Hey, welcome my Sacramento. There's a lot of school there. Airport in that side. In the plane going in my room. I'll sleep. And that's a noise. I sleep good with the noise.
Yes.
I didn't care what the plane said to me. Because I get scared of the plane.
Yes.
I don't want to do. I need help.
Yeah, when you get on the plane, just go to sleep.
Mama had to buy me for that. My kidney vitamin for my kidney.
Yes.
It was good. My friend was good.
Yes.
But I got the eye for my leg. I got gout again.
Yes.
I hit my leg 2 times every time. Now I got it hurt. I got my bunion and it go away. Now it's going away now.
Wow.
Me guys, I got a lot of stuff to do. I got a lot of files to do.
Yeah.
From my chapter, I show you. This is my chapter. My chapter.
Yeah.
That's my main chapter.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna continue on. Programs such as physical and occupational therapy, known as rehabilitative and habitative services and device. So physical therapy, for example, if you have problems with your arm, they would do physical therapy to make your arm feel better. They do the same for your legs too. That's what physical therapy is. Physical therapy is when they try to help you do something like move your arm, move your leg. That's physical therapy.
That's how I did.
Yes.
I take my arm and my gout.
Yeah.
And it was my mind. Sorry.
Okay. Next, laboratory services. Laboratory services is when you do something with your blood, so to check either with your blood or urine to see if they have something.
I got one too.
Yes.
In my food shot right here, my COVID shot, weird shot. I got almost 5 already. Here,
Yeah.
4. I got 4 COVID shots. COVID shots. I got 3. I got 3 shots here. One here, then the second, the third, and the fourth.
Yeah, I do too.
Now I didn't get sick. I lucky. My mom did. She got sick. I over there.
Yeah.
I didn't make good tacos. I do.
Yeah. Okay, next is preventative and wellness services and chronic disease management. So at preventing you from getting sick, like your diet. So sometimes you eat certain foods, you won't get sick. If you have kidney disease, it's eat certain foods.
That's true.
I know someone has problems with kidneys and they had to go different things. They had to go dialysis 3 times a week.
They go kidney failure. Be careful.
Yeah.
Okay. One, 2. My only friend Roy, he had a kidney failure.
Yes. Next is child pediatric services include oral means your mouth, and vision care, that's your eyes. So child services is by Medi-Cal too. And finally, adult dental, like you said earlier, you did something with your teeth. That's provided by Medi-Cal.
That's right. I get fake teeth.
Yes.
I ain't eat them. That's funny.
Okay, we're gonna continue on. Your healthcare rights. To have an appointment when you need one. There's a limit of how long you wait for an appointment, including one with a specialist. So I'm turning a milestone birthday this year, so I had to do a lot of health things come up next month. I had to go to the doctor and get my colon checked, check for prostate cancer and things like that. If women check for breast cancer and certain things.
Yes.
Yes, we gotta do all that.
Big time.
Check for diabetes, you gotta check for everything.
So diabetes, my uncle lost a pinky.
Wow.
He had a diabetes to mature. Yeah. Every time I make the tea, I make the light sugar.
Yes.
Lower way.
So I want to say a specialist is something that specializes something. So it might be with your eyes, it might be with your lungs, it might be with your heart, your kidneys, as a specialist.
It's mine, same thing.
Yes. We can continue on. To request continuity, no break in care. For example, if your doctor retired, it should be easy to get a new doctor of care if your doctor or medical group leave your health plan. So you're supposed to have continuation of your health services. Even if your doctor or your healthcare services change, you're still supposed to have your services. You know that?
Yes. My doctor named Dr. Jernick.
Yes.
He always does like this. Print me out.
Cool.
You print me out.
Next, to receive treatment of certain mental health conditions. So you get the right to receive help. If you have problems with depression or anxiety or post-traumatic disorder, you receive treatment. To get a second doctor's opinion. You know what a second doctor opinion means?
Respect the doctors.
Okay, so your doctor might say you may have this. A second opinion means you go to a different doctor to see what they got to say about it. So as a participant in healthcare, you have a right to a second opinion. That means a second doctor will see what you have.
The same thing. Another doctor getting tired. The other doctor will come take care of his stuff. Then you go back home getting tired. And a new person would come.
Exactly. Next, to know why your health plan denies a service or treatment. So if your health plan denies you a treatment or service, it should let you know why you're being denied it.
What does denying mean?
That means, for example, let me set it up. Let's say that you need to get physical therapy and they want to prove your physical therapy. They should tell you why they won't give you physical therapy.
That's good for you. I see what's going on in the body, everything. If something hurt, in the kidney, lungs, everything, they take care. The doctor take care of the person.
Yes. To understand your health problems and treatments. So you have the right to understand what your health problems are and what type of treatments that can help you.
That's right. Drink water every day.
Yes.
No soda. So not good for health.
Yes. To see a written diagnosis description of your health problem. So you have the right to have a written diagnosis. That means what is your health problem?
Health problem means respect your body, but you don't want it.
Exactly.
Less salt, less sugar.
Yes.
You have diabetes, it's not good for health.
Exactly. If you have high blood pressure, sodium is not good.
Yeah, you look at my uncle and my aunt in Toronto, too much diabetes guys there. Then they eat meat.
Yeah.
I do. I like curry chicken.
Okay, next. To give informed consent when you have a treatment. So informed consent means that you agree to get the treatment. So that's informed consent. You're supposed to sign something. You get the right to sign something. Also get the right not to sign for a treatment. So that's your choice as a healthcare consumer.
That's right. You do it true. And one thing, thank you with the stuff. I like your stories. Thank you.
I want to ask, how do you advocate for yourself?
My advocate, taking my family, my love, and my neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I respect my friends. I see my friends at old time school. I saw my friend Alex Perez. He's a good friend of mine.
Okay. Okay, so what did I learn today? I take charge of my healthcare when I self-advocate for speaking up for myself to make sure my rights are recognized or respected. So make sure that what you want is recognized by other people and respected. That means if you want something, they're supposed to give it to you. That's part of self-advocate, being that self-advocate.
I do. And then speak up, be yourself.
Exactly.
Every day going to church, free food. You get everything you like. In my
Exactly.
church, free food, everything, and pray for the person. If someone is sick too much, I help. That's what I do.
Okay. Understand that anyone could be a self-advocate.
I am. I'm
Yeah.
advocate.
Yes. Self-advocate about decisions are being made about my life. So you make decisions about your life. Rather, it could be your health, your housing, your employment, your social life. Those are your decisions.
Mimi smile.
Yes. Self-advocate in all areas of my life. So it includes everything in your life.
My life is my family and my love.
Yes. Understand being a self-advocate helps my quality of life. So being a self-advocate helps your quality of life.
Right? My life is spring of flowers and sunset.
Yes. Okay, next. Realize that I know my body the best and have a right to make decisions when it comes to my health care. So you decide what you want for your health. It depends. It's about what you want.
And I want to get my own place in New York. You find a job. I did for a job. And when we say wrestling, WWE wrestling. That's be my job.
Yes.
And I mentioned too.
Yes.
I want to win the lottery. I love the lottery.
Yes. So any final questions about the healthcare? We're going to do voting in a few minutes too. So if you want to, you can stay on. We're going to do voting at 12. We'll do it 12:05.
Yes. So I'm sorry, Wesley.
Any final questions about self-advocacy in healthcare? Julie?
Nope, I'm just giving you a round of applause. Great job.
Okay, so thank you very much. And you guys take care. And
we'll pick up at 12. We're just going to take a 10-minute break, right?
We're going to take a break.
Okay.
Sounds good. 10
So we'll see everyone in 10 minutes. Also, just a reminder that we do have Spanish interpretation available. So if you came in kind of towards the end of this presentation, you can definitely just go down to the bottom of your toolbar and click the little globe where it says interpretation, and you can select the Spanish channel as well.
I do a little Spanish, just a little bit.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll see everyone in 10 minutes then.
Okay, see you in 10 minutes. Okay.
I like your hair.
Thank you. Myself unmute for till 12:05.
Okay.
And by the way, Taco Tuesday, I'm having for dinner tonight. So when I get home for dinner tonight, it'll be Taco Tuesday.
We're
going to talk about voting and why it's important to be a voter for. You see my PowerPoint?
Yep, I saw that.
So I'm gonna ask you guys.
My favorite person. Come on, yay!
Do you know who the person? You guys probably don't know who the person on the right is because you may not live in Los Angeles, but do you know who the other two people are?
And George Bush.
Well,
you used to do that.
Yeah, you used to.
And one of my favorite, except one I don't like, Donald Trump. Down. I don't like you.
Yeah, so
sounds like an American.
So
some we like and some we don't.
Yeah. So who's the person on the left? He's the governor of California. You know who's the name of our governor?
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom. Who's the president of the United States?
Joe Biden.
Exactly. So the third person is the mayor of Los Angeles named Eric Garcetti. All three of those people got the job because people voted for them. So I ask you guys, yes, I'm going to ask you guys who Who's registered to vote here? Who's registered?
You, buddy.
Me too.
I vote you.
So that's how they got the job. So you vote for things like people first. You vote for things like people first. Where having meetings at, what to talk about, and who to come. You're familiar with that, aren't you?
It's in my chapter. We will vote again.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got here with me. This is my social learning reports. Right here.
Nice.
Because I'll open the social learning. I'll open before 4 p.m. meeting.
Yeah.
Adjourn. Then
Okay.
the second one for adjourn. We'll be finished.
Okay. So what are important issues to think about when it comes time to vote? So what's important to you?
And important, respect the people. People who want to vote, just like president, it's like governor, mayor, at that time.
Yeah.
Budgets.
So important issues people think about when it comes time to vote. They think about crime. You look at the news, the first thing you talk about is someone got hurt on the news.
So one person killed the kids in the family I saw.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yes. Healthcare is a important issue. Housing is a important issue. And in fact, where I'm at, there's a lot of homeless where I'm at. So that's a big problem that's in California. Taxes, that's a big issue.
Yep.
We have the highest taxes in the country. Transportation, that's an issue. You take Lyft, Uber, you take the bus, you take paratransit, you take a plane, it's all transportation. Education, that's a big issue. Employment, accessibility, and respect. Those are issues we think about when it comes time to vote. So any questions?
I got one.
What's the question?
Is there one person, is it homeless people? I just bet them.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody.
I hurt a lot. When I cars hit them, I will help.
Yes. You treat everybody respect, whether if they have a house or not.
They want the house so much. You miss the family, you know.
So we're talking about voting. What's the first step to voting?
What do you mean? Wasn't know what now? Just respect the people with the heart.
Exactly. So in order to vote, you have to do one thing before you actually vote. What is it? It's written down right there.
Register.
Registering to vote.
I did once. Yeah. I'll vote for Joe Biden. I did it. He won. Yes.
Okay, so in order to vote, you need three things. One, you have to be 18 years or older on election day. Number two, you have to be a U.S. citizen. Number three, you have to be a California resident. If you have all those three things, you can vote. And make sure if you're if you're convicted of a crime, you can't vote.
I'm 48. I did it once.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 48 anyway.
Yeah. So the first step to voting is registering to vote. I told you the three requirements to become a voter. You can register online, you can register by mail, or you go by person.
I do it on my cell phone.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's a card too.
We talk about why it's important to vote. Let's talk about how to vote. There are several steps in voting. The first step is registering to vote. Number two is learning about the candidate issues. So you learn about the candidate issues. Number three, find your polling place. Number four, get accommodations if they're needed. Number
Do you have
five,
a slide for this, please?
a slide. I don't have a slide for that.
Oops.
Voting and turn in your ballot. Those are those things. Any questions? Okay, so second step of voting, learning about the candidates issues. So how you learn about the candidates issues?
Any issues that you want is someone respect the person and respect always.
Yes. So there are four ways to learn about cancer issues. It's actually more than 4 ways.
A law office.
Yes. Number 1, you could talk to your friends and family. Number
Yes.
2, you could read the not read TV, read the newspaper, TV, radio, internet. You could talk to your county registered recorder or election department, the League of Women Voters, you talk to legislators. Those are the way you learn about the cancer issues.
I did.
Yes.
I listened to them, what they say.
Yes.
I use my computer when I say, what do you call that? Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
I say, and I said, this is your choice when you do. Then I won't say the them, and then I will move to delete. When you do the for separation.
Yeah.
Not the big wrestling.
Yeah. Also, I want to say sometimes people think individuals with disabilities can't and shouldn't vote. This includes election workers, support workers, families, friends of people with disabilities. Has anyone ever heard because you have a disability you can't vote?
I do vote.
Yeah, that's good.
Me and my brother. Then under that, I like to help the people. The person to see the people in the shooting. I think in Texas shooting in the school. Everything goes meant to speak.
Exactly. How would you? Yes, go ahead.
And to respect the people, say right things to them, pray when they got with the heart.
Yes, go ahead. How would you respond if someone thinks you shouldn't and can't vote? How would you respond if someone said you couldn't vote?
Over 19 and 20s.
If someone said you can't vote, you say, I'm a person with disability, I could vote just like everyone else. Like the 3 requirements, it had to be 18 election day, it had to be a U.S. citizen and California resident, and not convicted of a crime. If you have all those requirements, you can vote.
I'm a green card. And then that's it.
Yeah.
My family is from India.
You could respond that I have the right to vote because I meet all the requirements.
Exactly. So like I said, all those requirements, you gotta be 18 years or older on election day, a U.S. citizen, California resident, and not convicted of a crime. So if you have those qualifications, you can vote. So we're gonna move on. Any questions so far?
My question.
Okay.
You say one thing in that. You did a good job. Keep it up.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna continue on. The next step in voting is find your polling place. So after I got my ballot this week, and it tells me where I can vote at. For everybody live in different areas of California. So in LA, it's lavote.gov. It all depends on what county you live in. If you live in your county, you look for your election officials and look for their website. It'll tell you where to find your polling place.
Mine's in Sacramento.
Yeah, exactly. There's 58 counties in California. There's over 400 cities in California. So every area is different. So where can you vote at? There's 3 places you can vote at.
In one place, there be conference and that. Then they run green. The people outside the road. And then step it. Boom.
Yes. Your polling place, the place you go vote, is listed on your sample ballot. It's usually a school community center, but also it could be a home or churches or places in your neighborhood. However, this is the only place you can vote. You can vote by mail. How many people know by vote by mail?
I did.
Yep. vote at
Vote
the
you,
curb.
guys. I vote you.
Yeah, I vote by mail too. In early voting sites and actually at the polls. Those are what places you can vote at.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, at the polls.
I vote by mail.
Me too. Me too, Amanda. So
Yeah.
every registered voter is supposed to receive a vote by mail ballot now because of COVID. But you have the choice. You can vote by the mail, a drop box, at curbside voting, or at the poll. Yeah. Okay, I'll explain something. You can't vote by phone because it'll be hacked. That's the reason why we can't vote on computer for it, because the results would be hacked. It wouldn't be good for our country. Yeah.
I got fake stuff in here.
Mm-hmm. So any questions about finding your polling place?
The polling place is, see, that's how it works right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then people get hurt, Brian, and we cares. And my dear friend is Brian. Roger, Carlos, both eyes. Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then be my friend Roger is Brian, both eyes. And my friend Christopher, left eye, he had surgery and he see better now.
That's good.
I can't anymore. Yeah, my friend Roger in the hospital and both eye surgery.
Yeah.
My mom did. No, that's different. She don't want to go in the classes anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what the word accommodations are? Do anyone know what accommodations are?
It's just like the paper and go to the hospital.
Help you out with what you need.
Exactly. Some people can vote at the polling place without any accommodations, but other people might need accommodations. So accommodations are different ways to do things. So Bob uses a wheelchair and can't get into a polling place that have stairs. So what things will help Bob? What will help Bob if it's in a wheelchair?
Need adult to help the wheelchair.
Yes.
Maybe a wheelchair ramp.
Exactly. A wheelchair ramp, an elevator.
And help the person with the heart.
Exactly. Mary is blind and cannot read her ballot. What's some things that will help Mary?
That's the easy one.
Braille.
Exactly. Exactly. So those things are accommodations. So these example accommodations right here. That's where they change voting around so can vote.
I did that same one.
The next step of voting is actually voting. There are many different ways to fill out a ballot. Some polling places use punch cards where you punch out your choice with a little tool. Others use electronic voting machines. It's a good idea to find what type of voting machine your polling place uses, so you can ask for accommodation if it's a hard system for you to use. So you guys know how to vote if you go in person?
I have, go Brian.
We're gonna move on. The last step of voting, turn in your ballot. You turn the ballot in person. You or someone you can trust also turn your absentee ballot in person. And by the way, you could bring your staff to the polls with you too. Your staff's supposed to help you vote, but can't tell you what to vote for.
Yes,
it's your choice.
You helped me.
Exactly. And you vote by mail, absentee ballot. So
what do you mean?
We're gonna continue on. We're gonna talk more about voting. You see this right here?
Yep.
Easy voter ad. So November 8th, 2022, it's a California general election. So the deadline to register to vote is October 24th. You go to registertovote.ca.gov to register to vote. Check and see if registration is up to date. If your signature has changed over time, then re-register to update your signature at voterstats.sos.ca.gov. And if you want to get materials other language other than English, make that choice on voterstats.sos.ca.gov. So in California, you can vote for 7 in the morning till 8 at night on the 8th. So the things we're voting on, this election, we're voting for the governor. You guys know what the governor does?
It's on the paper when the governor.
Exactly. The governor oversees most state departments and agencies, prepare annual state budget, approve or reject state new laws. So you know what the lieutenant governor does? Why is it important to have a lieutenant governor for?
And that one is February 1st.
Okay.
That's when it goes.
So if something happens to the governor, the lieutenant governor will become governor. If the governor leaves office, has a tie-breaking vote in the state senate, serve on boards and commissions. You know what the Secretary of State is?
I don't know.
Okay, Secretary of State is the head of elections and record keeping. They coordinate statewide elections and oversee election laws. Also keep records about new corporations and businesses and other state databases. So as a Secretary of State, they do election and record keeping.
And go your arm too.
Exactly.
I am go your arm.
I know this stuff is confusing, so I'm explaining it slowly.
That's how I do. We got to go your arm. In Carol, she's the main character. You vote me, go your arm. And I'm in the parties.
Next,
buffet.
Next is the controller. The state bookkeeper keeps track of how the state money is spent, issue most checks from the state, and match collection of money due to the state. Report on finances of state and local government. So as a controller, they're a state bookkeeper. So next is the treasurer. Treasurer is a state banker. Manage the state investments and assets. Coordinate the sale of state bonds. So you have to do the money. The controller and secretary, treasurer are money. Do you know what Attorney General is? Attorney General?
Four? Sorry.
Okay, the Attorney General is basically the state top lawyer. Make sure laws are enforced the same way across the state. They manage the State Department of Justice, oversee sheriff and district attorneys. So the Attorney General basically is the top lawyer that's in the state. And determine things with Department of Justice, oversee the sheriff and district attorneys. That's dealing with the laws.
That's true, you're right.
Yeah. Next is insurance commissioner, insurance overseer, manage the State Department of Insurance, enforces laws that insurance companies must follow. So insurance commissioner work with insurance, oversee insurance. Finally, superintendent of public instruction, head of public schools, manage the State Department of Education, provide leadership and assistance to all public schools in California, enforce election regulations. So who also represents you in national government? There's 4 layers of government. The first layer of government is federal. You guys know that, federal government.
Federal government, yep, yeah, right.
And there's 3 branches to federal government. You guys know what the 3 branches are?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'll tell you how it is. Okay, the first branch of the government is judicial. Judicial is a Supreme Court. There's 9 Supreme Court justices in America.
That's true, right?
If become a Supreme Court judge, you have to be recommended by the president and voted by the Congress to become a Supreme Court justice. If you're a Supreme Court justice, you determine the laws for the country, and you can stay in Supreme Court for your entire life. There's no term limit in the Supreme Court. The second branch of government. Do you know the second branch of government?
You.
Me?
Yeah. Oh, you, buddy.
The second branch of government, I'll make it easy. The presidential.
Yeah, that's my friend of mine. You want that one? Joe Biden is my friend of mine.
And you know, Joe Biden's the president. So the president basically make the laws for the land and the national budget.
And money.
Yeah. Sign bills and veto bills.
Yep.
What's the third branch of government?
The governor.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to states. So we talk about judicial is one branch. We talk about presidential, second branch. The third branch is legislative, and that's Congress at the federal government. So Congress is comprised of a U.S. senators. There's 56. There's 100 senators. There's 2 in every state. And House of Representatives is 435, and there's 53 representatives in California. So everybody's representative is different on this call. And if you're a senator, you get a term for 6 years. If you're the House of Representatives, you get a term for 2 years. So any questions about national government? Next, we're going to talk about state government. I'll explain the 3 branches. There's judicial, just like the Supreme Court, you're just for life. Second is the governor, which would be the executive. The government make a lot of the rules we talked about earlier. And third is judicial. And judicial, they introduce laws and they help out with the checks and balances of the government.
That's true.
So state senator, 4-year term, even number districts will be voted on this election. State assembly members, 2-year terms. So in our state government, we have state senators, you have assembly, and they're the legislative, and they help out with the branch of government. And third, the state board equalization, state tax commission, 4-year term. So any questions about state government before I talk about county and city government? Okay, so the next layer of government is the county. And who's in charge of the county government is the board of supervisors.
You.
So, exactly. There's 58 counties in California. So every county is different. Sacramento is different from Los Angeles County or San Diego or San Francisco or Kern County or Fresno. It's all different.
In Canada too.
Exactly. That's another country.
In India.
Yeah, that's another country.
Yep.
To get their own government. And the fourth layer of government is the city. If you live in an unincorporated area, your county will take care of your services.
That's right.
And with the city, you have a mayor. A mayor is just like a governor or a president. And you got city council. You also have an alderman, depending where you're at. So those are the 4 layers of government. So do you guys know what propositions are?
I don't know.
Okay. Propositions are proposed laws presented to the public to vote on. Propositions can make new laws, change existing laws, and sometimes they can change California's constitution. They can be placed on the ballot by people who collect enough voter signatures by state lawmakers, the California legislative. A proposition passes become law if it receives more than 50% yes votes. So proposition 1, 26, and 30 are initiatives. For initiative, a yes vote means you support the way a proposition would change things. A no vote means that you want to leave things the way they are now. Proposition 31 is referendum, which asks voters to decide on a law that's already passed. For referendum, a yes vote means that you support the law and want to keep it. A no vote means you do not want the law to go into effect. So there are 7 propositions in these elections. Remember, you don't have to vote on everything. So if you feel uncomfortable about voting something, you can leave it blank. So proposition 1 is reproductive health. So what we'll do if it passed, it will name reproductive freedom as a right in the California Constitution. A right to reproductive freedom means that the state cannot deny or interfere with someone's right to choose an abortion, use or refuse birth control, contraceptives, or get any reproductive health care. So that's Proposition 1. You might see the commercials for the next ones. How many people heard Proposition 26? Me too. I see a lot on TV. Proposition 26 is in-person sport betting at tribal casinos. So we'll do if it passed, it will legalize in-person sport betting, roulette, or dice games at tribal casinos. Legalize in-person sport betting at 4-horse racetracks. Allow private lawsuits against illegal gambling in some situations. So that's Prop 26. How many people heard Prop 27? That's online sport betting. What we'll do if it passes, it will legalize online sport betting in California, not on tribal lands for people 21 over. Bets can be only placed through a gambling tribe or qualified businesses. Most of the revenues from betting fees and taxes will address homelessness and the mental health needs of people who are homeless. The rest money will support Native American tribes. So that's Prop 27. Prop 28, what Prop 28 would do, the state must set aside some of its revenue to fund arts and music education in K-12 public schools. All schools receive some funding for each student. Schools serving many lower income students will receive a little bit more money. Funding will allow schools to hire new staff and pay for training and supplies. So you know what Prop 28 is?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's about arts and music, art and music education. That's what it is. So Prop 29, kidney dialysis clinic requirements. So you guys know about dialysis, about kidneys? So we have dialysis of kidneys. What they do, they clean this out. They clean this out. They clean out your kidneys and make sure the waste nearby is doing the right thing. So what Prop 29 would do if passed, clinics must have at least one doctor, nurse practitioner, or physical assistant present during all treatment hours. Clinics must report any dialysis-related infections to the state every 3 months. Clinics must disclose who owned the clinic to patients. Clinics need permission from the state before closing or reducing services. Clinics cannot refuse to treat patients based on how they're paying for the treatment. I'm sorry, it's confusing. This stuff is confusing, but that's what the propositions are.
That's true. True story.
Yep. And believe it, even lawyers get confused about propositions. So don't feel bad if you don't understand what this is, because it's very confusing.
Not me. I know how you.
So we're going to go Prop 30, income taxes on millionaires' electric cars. So what Prop 30 would do if it passed, for every person making over $2 million, addition 1.57 sales tax will be charged. The money for this tax will be put into a special fund that's separate from the general fund. Most of this money will be used to increase the use of zero emissions electric vehicles and to keep the air cleaner. The rest of the money will be used to match wildfires. So that's Prop 30. Prop 31, yes or no to banning flavored tobacco products. What we'll do if it passed, and ban the sale of favorite tobacco products and allow the state new law to go into effect. Flavored tobacco products will no longer be sold at gas stations, grocery stores, vending machines, and other places. So it's 3 ways to vote. So number 1, you vote by mail. You sign the envelope. You return it in time. Make sure you return it by November 8th. You drop out your ballot at the drop box. Do it before November 8th. And you vote in person. That's the way a lot of people vote in person. So any final questions about voting? I know it's confusing, but it's a lot of information, but I'm just telling you what it is. Any other questions about voting?
Good job. I think another thing we can sometimes look at when we look at propositions is who funds the propositions. That's one of the things to look for as far as trying to figure them out. Still confusing, but great job.
Thank you. So I
Wonderful
want to say thank you to everybody who came today. You guys go out and vote. You guys have a good day, and thank you very much.
job. Okay.